So that's how I got to know Win, whose father owned the club. And Win and I were very, very good, very close friends.
They gave one to Dudley or to
No, they gave
Dad?
it to Dudley. They gave him an honorary membership before which they did to all. Americans, South Africans, Australians, all of them were made honorary members when they were on leave, you see.
Right.
So then they conferred the membership onto me if I wanted to use it, because I was then living, I came to live in Hove after he'd gone overseas. See? And then I was in the Rector's Club.
Is Hove far from London?
40 minutes.
Southish?
South, on the coast. Yes.
Oh, down towards Brighton.
Brighton and Hove run into one another.
Oh.
Hove is the residential side of Brighton.
Right, now I
see. So you could walk. Oh, there was no boundary line. It changed, and you walked. I was in Hove Villas, Hove. You see?
Right.
So, but
with the two children.
That's right.
Because of the bombing, you moved out there.
Yes, because well, there was a long story there. It's too long to tell because I was in badminton. I'm trying to get round to where I make Grandpa Campbell.
Oh, sorry, I know. Sorry.
I keep getting offshoots. So I was in this club, and it was the beginning of the war. No, it was 1942. The end of 1942, or Bismarck. At any rate, it was in the November, I always remember. And I was there, and it was a very wet, horrible, miserable day. And Winnie came round for tea, and she said, let's pop down to the club tonight. And I said, oh, no, I'm not going out in this awful weather, and I'm going to change anything. She said, you don't have to, just go. I had a tweed skirt on, a twin set, you know, matching sweater, which I knitted myself, and a pair of brogues, men's shoes, as Christopher called them, a pair of brogues, and lined stockings, because we couldn't get anything else, no silk stockings, not in the war, so we wore thick stockings. So you looked anything but glamorous, I'll tell you. So I said, I'm not, nobody really dressed in the wartime, because we didn't have the places to go to. So anyway, it was rather nice, what I wore. So I was there, and we got there, and we said, well, I'm going because Stuart, a great friend of hers and her husband was a flyer in the Air Force, and he was away. She said, he's going back off leave. He had been injured in the Air Force, and he's got a burnt hand. He always wore a black glove, something like, oh, Michael, what's his name? Michael, the dancer.
Oh, Jackson.
Jackson. Because he always had a black glove, a black leather glove on one hand, because it had burnt his hand. His hand was so burnt, he was a pilot. It burnt his hand. So we all felt very sorry for Stuart, but he was a bit of a bore. And we used to say, oh no, not tonight, I don't feel like talking to Stuart, just in the club to talk to him. But everyone said, no, I think it's last night on leave, let's go. So I said, okay, but I'm not going to stay very long. And I had a person with me then who was like a nanny for the children. She looked after the children, you see. And I said, so I told her, I said, I won't be late tonight, so don't, I shall be home very early and we'll have some cocoa. We always had a cup of cocoa to drink. And so I went off with Win, and we get there, and we're there for a while, and we're having a drink, and everybody then bought rounds. It was your turn, in other words, it was your round, you see. So Stuart had bought the first round, and then we all wished him well, and then Win bought the second one, and then I said, no, we'd only had the one, and so then I said, no, I don't want another one, I'll off. And then Win said, oh, come on, just have another drink. So I said, okay, it's my round. So then, up the stairs, we were standing with a big bar and a big board in the back and the back. And up the stairs comes two officers. And they get to the top of the stairs, and the big double doors were open, and we were standing at the top of the stairs, just the way back, and a whole load of people around. It was packed. And as these two went by, one said, very good looking, very competitive, said, hi. So I said to him, so he walked on up, I said to him, you know those people? Well, she said, no, so they've never been here as far as I'm concerned, but she was there about it. I said, well, Americans. I bet you anybody that are Americans. you know, because they were always hi-ing everybody, you know, hi. And we all said, what do you mean by hi? It's hello. You know. So anyway, that was it. Then Wynne said to me, she said,
Thanks, Bill.
Thanks,
I said, well, I'll be off very shortly. She said, well, where are you going? I said, no, I've just promised Mary it wouldn't be too late. And I don't feel like going off this. They were going to the Bullfrogs, which was another town, to eat. And I said, no, I don't want to go. I'm just going to go. So I said, anyway, we'll have a drink before I go, but it's my run. And just then, Wynne said to me, don't look over now, but I'm sure that one of those officers that came up is trying to get in touch with you, was trying to get your attention. And I looked over, and you know what he was doing? The band was playing. Father said, I said, bloody sauce, this is not a palais dance. That's how he met. And so not to be deterred, he did come over because he was talking to a friend whom we knew very well. And she was there with another, two officers had come that she knew, friends of our husband.
Feeding, that's fine.
I know, darling, I'm just being facetious, you know, William. You get very serious about things. I was just being funny and, you know, got a mouthful of food. So, when Joselle comes back, I'll finish the story and then that's it. So, I'll have a little drink of coffee now, just to... There. Are we back? Is the audience all back?
So he did finish.
So what happened? He did come over.
Right.
And it was very nice. He came over. He said, well, if you won't, he said, what about, would you like to have this dance? And I said, sorry, I can't dance. And he said, can't dance? Do you mean you can't dance or you won't dance? I said, no, I can dance, but I won't dance because I've got boots on with rubber soles. And I stick to the floor. And he said, oh well. And he looked down and he said, you call those boots? I had little boots of corduroy velvet in brown. And they were just little boots, ankle boots. He said, you call those boots? And I said, yes. He said, well, where I come from, those are, what did he call them? No, really boots, you know. No, we call those slippers, he said, where I come from. And I said, where would you come from? I thought he was an American. I said, well, where do you come from? He said, Canada. And Stuart said, oh, one of ours. And from that moment, he sort of became one of us. Canada, he said very proudly. Well, of course, they were our allies and our Commonwealth, I mean, you know, the part of the empire. The empire, as you know. And Stuart said immediately, oh, one of us. One of ours, one of us. So then he started.
And then he just stayed.
Well, and then he said to me, well, we discussed about it was cold and ice and, you know. And that's why he said about these boots, there would be no good there. I mean, people freeze today, right? So anyway, he said, well, if you can't dance, or won't, no, you can't dance, will you have a drink? And I said, well, you have one with us, because I'm in the chair, it's my round. So I bought the drink. So then I said, well, I'm off now. So we said, well, we're going to the Bullfrogs. Now, Father was not going to leave. So he said, Bullfrogs? What's the Bullfrogs? They had just been moved down there, the whole battalion, you see, into a place called Hastings, which was just along the coast. And they'd come in on the train, you see. Now, the train station in Hove was not far away from where I lived. You just went up the road, turned left, and there. It wasn't actually within hearing distance, but you knew where it was. And he said, with a bit of a job to find this club. And I said, well, it's fairly simple, really. You get up at the station, you come on right down to the High Street in Hove, to the Church Road, and there you are. And he said, well, we came a long way around. I said, well, there is a shorter way. He said, do you know where it is? I said, yes, I live not far from the station. He said, well, do you mind if I walk home with you? So, because he said, we had to go to the train. So the two of them, the other one was named Walter. Never did know him very well, but we talked. And I said, no, I said to Wynne, no, I'm not going to the Bullfrogs. And he wanted to know what the Bullfrogs were. I said, no, I don't feel it's more dancing, and it's full of people, and I'm not dressed, and so that's that. So he said, I said, no, I'm going now. I told Nanny. And he thought Nanny was my mother. Afterwards it came out. Yes, because I said, no, I told Nanny I wouldn't be late. And he said, I thought to myself, I says, you can't be late. All these little funny things came out afterwards, you know. But I said, no, she's only 23. Which was true. But we were good friends. So anyway, that's how it came about. And when we got outside my house, and I had a full house, when I say full house, a big house, and I had a black door, and on it was a brass knocker. We called knocker-upper days, you know, when it doesn't mean the same as it means over here. We had knocker-uppers that used to come and knock, and that's why you had knockers, to knock people up.